Hi everyone, this is E, the empty nester. How are you today? It's almost 12 o'clock noon here in Missouri, and 5 a.m. in the morning will be when pre-op starts for my surgery, and I'm, counting down the hours, 17 hours, and I didn't think this time would get here. And I got good news when the pre-op nurse called. She said that the upper respiratory congestion and the earache and all that won't stop my surgery. So I'm really happy about that. I got a thumbs up and nobody in the room again. I wonder if that's sand. That's amazing. You know, to now there's two people in the room, three people in the room. Hi everyone. I'm really happy to see you all, or know that you're there. Hey, Nietzsche, how are you? Were you the thumbs up? Hi, Bumblebee Junction. Good to see you, brother. you know, but I can't believe I'm so excited to be going in the hospital. This is probably the first time ever. Hey, DP Mike, great to see you, my friend. You know, this is a thrill. I was 50 Shades of Green. Really great to see you too, my friend. I've got a lot of catching up to do. Thank you, Bumblebee Junction. And, I'm not sure if, I can use your first name or not, so I'm not going to call you, by your first name, even though I know it. But, um, yep, I had a feeling that was you, Nietzsche. you know, Yep, he's Bumblebee Junction said, "Sure, it's Mark." So anytime you hear me say Mark, it's Bumblebee Junction now. I just use the letter E for my name because I'm E, the empty nester, and not many people know my real name. My first, my real name. Because even on Facebook, it's a shortened version of my real name, and my real name is like 9 letters. Extremely long, and not many people in the world have that name. I'm Nietzsche. Okay, Nietzsche is your real name. Okay, Bumblebee Junction is Secret Agent Oh man, that's funny. But he's undercover like I'm undercover. You, I'm the empty nester. You know. And I don't know, a lot of my things I'm E.H. Sherlock, like Sherlock Holmes. I like to investigate and search and learn and, the whole 10 yards. And E.H. is my initials, so I'm E.H. Sherlock also. You'll find me as that. And, it's not that I'm hiding, it's just on the internet, it's fun to, create a new you, which is not really a new you. It's just, a new name, new identity. And, I think most of you understand that, it's just fun. And I'm glad we're having fun. I thought about, making this chat about, lights and lighting and how, we need lights and water, the sun and water, just like the plants do, and types of water. You know, Mark says, trust me, I've been called worse than Mark. I think we have all been called worse than our original names at times. Thank you, Nietzsche. He says, looking in better spirits, partially off-grid homestead. Hi, Debbie. Hi, E, and everybody can't type and chat today, but I'm listening. Thank you, for letting me know you're here. You've been a great friend, too. But, I can either answer questions or just ramble on. Laughter, laughter, you know. But you all saw, or most of you saw yesterday, had to get some of them, or most of them, potatoes in the ground because I'm not going to be here for at least a week, and can't let them continue living in the house. Thanks, Nietzsche. And even though the dandelions aren't in bloom, and the daffodils still are not blooming here in my neck of the woods, and that's not normal this time of year. I think the potatoes can make it. And then for those of you that were concerned about the little frog, I did put it back under the ground because I learned that toads do dig into the ground and they're under the frost line and they hibernate underground all winter. And I had no idea. Yes, we know how bad potatoes can be, but oops, your comment disappeared, so I have to wait till it comes back up to finish reading it, Nietzsche. But I had no idea. It's kind of like everything leads, one thing leads to another, and the more you learn, the more you experience life. And I came in and found out, you know, the toad did need to be put back underground, and for him to be that close to the top of the soil, he must have thought spring was almost here and got fooled and got frozen. So we have no clue if he'll make it or not, but he's back under there. And, we did the best we could, and I can't change what's supposed to happen. It's kind of like we try and try and try, like I'm going to the hospital to try and try and try to change what's happened to me, and whatever will be, will be. Either I'll get fixed or come home with a different type of setup, and everything in life is a life lesson that we learn from and, you know, go on from there, And then I've set up my seedlings. I still have hope of getting some tomatoes down, and let me see if I can get this over without losing it. But let's see if you can see the tomatoes, or I'll bring this over so I know you can see the tomatoes. Okay, there they are. They're spindly little sprouts right now instead of really amazing guys, because I only put them in a week ago, and they didn't get enough light yet. I just started turning on the lights to keep them from being spindly. But they're on their own for the next week. Have to put some water in the bottom of the grow bag and let them make it, or it's up to them. How they handle a week of neglect or more. You'll be out hunting shirtless. It's my cat that, is after firemen. Hi, Sue Miller. Good to talk to you, and see you. The chat just disappeared again. Let me try getting it back up. But, those are three, new tomatoes. Two, three, now I've got a bad connection. Three tomatoes. One of them is supposed to be a dwarf, and the other two, really good sized tomatoes. So hopefully they'll come through. And I'm not sure if something's happening or not. Okay. Let me go back. Nietzsche says, "How bad? Yes, we know how bad potatoes can be if you leave them all alone in the house, and they tear up everything up." Bed potato, couch potatoes. Is that what you were referring to? I'm the only one that knows E has a cat suit, crawls up on the roof and dials 911. You're crazy, Mark. It was, I did a video with Silk up on the roof. Silk is my roof cat, and you know said she needs a 911 call to get the firemen out. And Silk is a wild thing. She loves to be on the roof, and he, won't let me live it down. But, you know, we've got 5 people in the room, and I really appreciate you all being there. Nietzsche didn't, know about the fireman joke, but now he's in on that little secret. Mark teases me all the time about, help, call the firemen, I can't get down, you know, but it's all good, all fun, all silly things, we all do silly things to laugh about, I'm sure you all have too, you know, but, any questions I can answer today? you know, waiting, you know. But this is the first year I don't have a million seeds going, a million, plans of what to grow new, a million thoughts of, what I want to do next year. I'm a future person. It's all good and fun. We all know she keeps her fireman in the closet. No, I don't do that. you know, you're continuing to try to make me laugh, but and, as soon as I get back, if everything all is well, zucchini is headed for the ground. Eggplant is headed for the ground. Um, maybe lettuces, maybe, how many potatoes does it take to make a bag of potato chips? Wow, good question. I have no answer. I would say, because chip potatoes actually I don't know if you really want to know this, but the genetically modified potatoes were created for the chip company so that they could have really large potatoes that are russet type potatoes that don't turn discolored. And so it probably only takes maybe 3 or 4 potatoes to make a bag of potato chips because they're huge, like the gigantic russet potatoes. And I may or may not be wrong, and I bet you didn't know the answer, but maybe if you know the answer, tell me. You really got chipped them. You really gotta chip them in the first few days, and the um before the starch converts to sugar. Sue Miller over winterizes sweet potato vines. Oops, chat went away. Have to wait for it to come back up. But it's, you're kind of out of control on a cell phone here, as far as seeing the chat goes. But do you have a different answer, Nietzsche, for how many potatoes go into a potato chip bag? Or do you know the right answer? Someone say something so the comments will come back up. Waiting. you know, um, silence. Or a moment of silence. you know, can't believe I lost my train of thought. But, she was talking about sweet potatoes over winter. Okay, there it comes. Sweet potato. She overwinterizes her sweet potato vines and will try to plant them. Hope they'll give you some food. They might, but they also you need. Hi, Jessica. Um, gotta figure it ain't many because potato chips weigh over a pound in a 1 pound bag. Um, hi, Gary. Looking forward to you doing your dirt dance in the future. That's funny. I lose count after 3 chips. Just start eating. I like your answer, Nietzsche. Good one. You know, but I kept the roots for my sweet potatoes over last winter and put them back in water and just pulled off of them, to make sprouts. But I ended up, when I was sick, I didn't make sure the water stayed in there, so the roots didn't swell up on mine, and I didn't replant mine in the ground. So, you more than likely have a good chance of getting sweet potatoes off of it, Sue. And I look forward to how they, seeing how they work well for you this year. But we're headed. Hi, Ed. Good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I'm the vines are about 3 foot long. That's great that you kept them that long in the house. Did you pull the potatoes off of them from last year, Sue? Or you left them attached? But yeah, she pulled the potatoes off hers. So I look forward to your success this year because I wasn't able to keep mine up. Bumblebee Junction is making slips, but a local greenhouse sells them 10 for $1. Wow, that's a good price. You know, really good price. My slips, because they were Hawaiian potatoes, Malachi and Okinawa, I got from Baker's Creek. They're about 2.5 to 3 hours south of me here in Missouri, and um, next year I'm gonna go back to the Okinawa. I really liked them because fresh out of the ground they tasted like normal potatoes. They didn't have the sweet potato taste to them. Where those of you that want the sweet potato taste want the Malachi, and they are just some of my favorites. Sweet potatoes. It says the family has kids, so they plant a bed of sweet potatoes, let the kids pick and sell the slips. That's a good idea for them to give their kids something to do, to learn and experience. Really good idea. I used to also grow in yam slips. So you got two true yams too, Sue. That's great. I found a Dorxius. It's a true yam at a Asian store in um Colombia, and it's kind of what Joe on grows on her channel. Oh, we grow Beauregards. Yeah, you're growing the orange, the normal sweet potato. What's amazing is for people with diabetes, they recommend that sweet potatoes are better for you than regular potatoes. But if you test your blood sugar, I found on my husband that regular potatoes, especially the purple and red varieties, okay, hopefully I'm still here, but somehow my connection keeps getting disrupted. What I was saying is important for you to not just be listen to what you're told about, what you can eat and can't eat, but to test your blood sugar and find out what your body tells you it wants and can't, eat itself. Kind of like what I'm learning from, what I'm going through, what digests in your stomach and what don't. But we're going on 18 minutes, and I'm not sure, depending on how I feel tonight, I may or may not be able to sleep. So I may, later on in the night start chatting again. But for now, I just want to say, after the surgery, I may or may not be able to get back on for a while. And love you guys, and we'll talk again later. Here's a hug for you all, and a kiss, and see y'all in the garden. Bye bye for now.